Hello and welcome to the Derry Kitchen. Today we're going to make the best ever honey beer bread. It's very simple. You use 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of sea salt, tablespoon of baking soda, 12 ounces of any kind of beer you want to use. You know, if friends brought you beer and you don't like it, put it in bread. 1/4 of a cup of honey and 1/4 of a cup melted butter. Okay, what we're going to do first is you take half of the butter and you butter the sides and the bottom of your bread pan. It's a 9 by 5 bread pan. And there's a lot of butter, so, and then just set that aside for now. Then what you do is you add the teaspoon of salt. You want to get that level. And the tablespoon of baking powder, okay? Then you just mix that around to make sure it's well mixed. Okay. Measure out your honey because you're gonna put the honey and the beer in at the same time. This honey jar doesn't want to give it up. This is a very dense bread. Okay, so we're all ready for the mixer. We're going to put our dry ingredients in there. It's your flour, your baking soda, and salt. Okay? And you want your mixer, you can stir this by hand, but I have the batter thread attachment on this, and you pour your beer and your honey at the same time. And I think it's really cool because it starts foaming. And you just put this on stir or do it by hand if you like. Make sure you get all that honey out of your cup. Okay, let's stir this a little bit. And you want to stir this until it's a sticky batter. Make sure all the, okay, let's do this again. See how it's coming together a little bit more. Give it a hand stir. See how it's kind of, the dough is kind of, it's really sticky. And you can see the bubbles in the bread, in the dough itself. Okay. And we're going to put that in the buttered bread pan. Oh, I see a little bit of flour in there. Mix that up a little bit. And you want to put this even in your pan. Get as much out of your bowl as possible. And you now what we're going to do with the rest of the butter, we're going to pour that on top of your bread. And you can see if, make sure it's, you know, covered. Okay, now there, it's all together. Doesn't take long. You don't have to let it rest or rise. And we're gonna put it in a oven at 350 for approximately 40 to 50 minutes. Okay, the honey beer bread has cooked for 50 minutes. It stands for 10 minutes, so it cools. All that butter, it pops right out of the pan. See how dense of a Ooh, the heat's still coming off of it.
But it's cutting nice now.
Yeah, it is.
What would you put on it? Maybe it doesn't
More
need
butter.
anything. More butter, of course.
Now with this loaf, I cut it thicker, and then I just cut this in half. I think this would make great croutons. Okay, there we go.
All right, Mr. Chubb is standing by.
Are you gonna have a piece?
Certainly.
I'll eat the crumbs.
Okay,
This
now,
isn't the end piece.
this is not the end.
No.
Okay. So normally I'd be putting more butter on there. But look at this. Beautiful. All right, here we go.
Can you taste the beer?
Might be a hint, but not a whole lot.
But the alcohol has been baked out.
Right. But it's moist, okay, and dense and very good. This would be good with a hearty soup.
Yes, it would.
Who's having chili for dinner?
That's right, a chili.
Yeah. This is good.
Remember, Jesus and germs are everywhere, so wash your hands and say your prayers.